Did you count the
Yeah,
Tracy did? Is this 140 characters?
Yes.
Yeah, someone sent a tweet. Par avion, Royal Mail.
Put it on the podcast, right?
I'm assuming we're always podcasting.
Yeah, it's on, right?
Oh, no.
It says, was being too loud. It starts out, was being too loud and using the word fuck too frequently. In my opinion, if the word fuck is offensive to you, then either you should, and that's the entire postcard. I encouraged people to send me tweets via postcard, no more than 140 characters. And then they read this and went, that doesn't even end. I'm like, it's probably 140 characters. It's a shitty tweet, which is funny. Because
it could be an homage
you didn't specify that it had to make sense. It just had to be
it's from Royal Mail by airmail par avion, so it's from fucking France or some shit.
That could be an homage to the 10-minute podcast.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember how the podcasts go. I think you were talking when Chad Shank was guest hosting. You have the same problem as me. Hey, that thing you said on the podcast, I don't ever remember anything I say.
And it's because you do it extemporaneously without fucking preparing or anything. You just talk
I remember
off the top
my
of your head.
set.
And,
yeah,
exactly. But when you're just talking off the top
Wait a
of
minute,
your
we're
head,
not
you don't
preparing?
recall that.
And you said extemporaneously?
Isn't that obvious?
Yeah, what's up with the big words all of a sudden? Start out this
Oh,
podcast.
I got a free subscription to Smart Fuck Magazine while you were gone.
Yeah, there's been some changes, Stanhope, in the Funhouse.
You don't know. You didn't know any of those stories I told. You don't know how many big words I know. You don't. I'm a fucking enigma still to you.
I was, because the other problem is we tell these stories off mic and go, oh, we should talk about that on the podcast. So stories that you know, the guy with the tweaker that you had to give a pummeling to,
the reluctant carjacker.
You should have prayed to God earlier.
Oh yeah,
That guy?
yeah.
Silverface.
I go, didn't we already do that on a podcast? No, you probably just told me that story while we're drinking.
Yeah.
We have Chad Shank and Ggreg Chaille here, and a frequent guest, titled our dumbwaiter now, Derrick. Do you know what a dumbwaiter is? Because I know you're a smart fuck that pretends to be tatted.
Yes.
I knew that he knew that.
Yeah, it's a great title.
I do like to move things.
House sitter just sounds. It's like a babysitter. I'm a house sitter. No, you're a guy that's around a lot and helps out, and it does a good job, like a dumbwaiter.
Did you call him a house potato one time? I think dumbwaiter is way better. I would rather.
Actually, you move up to house potato.
Oh,
I might have said that. I don't know.
That just seems like it.
Well, that's one thing we don't have yet, but we'll get after I say this out loud. Is the expert? There's another word for it that knows every single thing. This Star Trek guy. That was episode 54. You already told that story. Like that will know all of our podcasts by heart.
We'd put him on payroll because they
Probably
could tell
would.
us.
Yeah. Hey, have we told this before? Yeah, our go-to guy.
A continuity director.
After I had like 3 albums out, I had a couple people that knew them by heart, and I go, did I do this on that album? Because I was thinking about, and I could go to them, but that was years ago, and all my, people only know the new shit. You did that last week. Well, I don't remember. Anyway, we have Derrick is back. Where did we leave the Derrick podcast? Because he came back after some trip with the girl.
Wasn't he supposed to be gone for the winter when we last left on the podcast?
Have you been on the podcast since? Well, yeah, since he came back from the first trip, but then he went out on his second trip.
Yes,
with that same gal pal, and he was gonna live in Texas at a resort with the girl in a cabin.
Oh, yeah.
Or a tent.
No, because it started out with the roller coaster trip.
Hang on.
To Texas.
The roller coaster trip. Yeah. If you haven't heard that podcast,
Refreshing,
just go back and listen to it.
Or
it's
don't.
episode whatever.
You'll still catch our drift.
Yeah. And we were giving him a lot of shit because he was taking off with this girl and trying to be quiet about it. Can you help me buy a plane ticket? Because I don't know how to use a computer. Yeah, I don't have my Derrick impression down. I tried it earlier. I've been gone.
It sounds a little Irish. Mick.
Well, then, just as we're leaving for this 5-week tour, Derrick says, "Oh, that girl that we assumed just ditched him because she was bored with him and made up some story to get away from him. Oh, he's going back out on the road with her. She's got a job at a resort in some South Texas place, and we're gonna live in a cabin and this and that." You have to grind this information out of Derrick.
Nothing's forthcoming.
He drops hints at you like that fucking one woman on Twitter that I never address. "Oh, it's so great. I love your podcast. Since I have this major disability, hint, help, ask me what? Oh, I'm in so much pain in your podcast." Just relentless. I won't even mention her name. There's a couple people on Twitter that the over-tweeters.
You might not have known me and Chaille talked, I think, about it. I'm not going to pile on when you're being mean anymore on the podcast. I'm not as good at it as you are.
I know, these are the people I should embrace, but
you're mean in like a diplomatic way where it's still charming, and then I'm just mean where it's like, oh, what the fuck?
No. No one listens to this podcast for the feel-good message.
This is the fight during a comedy show.
Yes, this is, we're leaving for 5 weeks over in Europe, and Derrick, hey, do you think Jen could watch the dogs for 5 weeks? Because the girl, and you had all sorts of plans, Derrick. You're going to live in a cabin in a resort, and you're both going to collect your disability and write songs together. I don't know what you're going to do. She's going to paint photographs.
Actually.
Sell
I knew you're going to chime
coconuts.
in. So you can chime in. I'm not going to.
It's unemployment. It's not disability.
Whatever. Unemployment, disabilities. No, we're paying for you.
You're disabled from work.
Fuck it. I'm paying for you to fucking exist. So get on the podcast. I don't care if you talk, just talk into the mic. All right. Well, don't worry. We'll grill Derrick. He's good at this. He's been through the drill.
Unflappable. By the way.
So we were gonna do squares gambling on when the next football game Derrick would be present for after this next thing where he's gonna be gone for the whole season. And we go, yeah, he's gonna be back for football pretty soon. I didn't know if he'd be back before us, but he was. So
he almost saw you off.
What happened, Derrick? We left. You were here for a week. This is Bree, by the way, who we talked all that shit about on the podcast.
With the caveat that she didn't listen to the podcast.
And then Derrick goes, "Oh, you should listen to the podcast. Just these 2 episodes where we talk about you."
Big fan.
It was enlightening.
I used to give Derrick shit for being a rat. You're just a rat. You're a rat, weasel rat. And there he is again. But that's all right. We vetted her in person when she stayed there.
That's true.
Gave her rations of shit.
Oh, she can take a punch. I like Bree very much. Fun.
She was welcome back.
I'm here.
Yep.
Yeah. So what happened? You left for Texas.
Bree is looking for work, so she had a job opportunity in Texas, but it really didn't work out at all when we got there. But she had a backup.
What was the job?
Bartending.
Okay, hang on. Is there a lot of this we can't talk about?
Yeah,
because I don't know how much is Derrick lying and getting caught in a lie versus getting her in trouble for unemployment or.
That's why you have a mic, Bree.
No, she's looking for work. She, they called and said, "Hey, you might be able to work here," and then it just
I
didn't
know a
work
lot
out.
of people in West Texas. So I just worked for a fucking bar, and dude was like a fucking dick.
All right, you got to eat the mic. You can't.
No, I'm
whisper.
getting that. I'm riding the levels.
I don't do this fucking shit. I'm not,
Well, no, you
Neither
are
do
doing
we.
it. Look at me.
like
Just
it.
look.
It doesn't. It's not.
Oh yeah, I'm the girl that can't. I can't
No,
wake
I
up without
can't.
masturbating to porn. But
Why
then
do that?
something
That's
shaped like a
fucking
dick is
ridiculous.
facing you.
That's why you got the orange one. It looks the most like a dick.
Okay.
Doug, just turn it towards her and pull it out of her arm's
Okay.
reach, and I'll
Here's
just ride the
thing.
level.
Let's just make a deal. Let's make a deal right now. Either don't chime in at all, and
I'm
we'll
not
get all of
chiming in.
our
Stay
information
closer.
from Derrick.
Stop touching.
Okay,
Stop
but
touching.
when we catch Derrick lying,
I get to make up the
all
rest.
right. So she has a job. You specifically said she had a cabin, and she had this suite set up, and all you do is raise your hand when there's a giant lie.
I wish we had a cowbell or something.
So she showed up. As from what she just whispered through a giggle. Why was she not this quiet when we first met her?
Here, Doug.
She couldn't wait to blah 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 from fucking 9 o'clock in the morning till you fell down at night. It's la 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 la.
When there's something she takes umbrage with, she can just.
Here's the.
Let's
Oh, wait, yeah. Here's the bell. You ring that every time Derrick's full of shit.
Yeah.
So Derrick says, "Oh yeah, hey, do you think Jen?" Because I said,
Just Jen.
yeah, Jen is
Our
our
neighbor.
other friend that can watch the house if Derrick is busy, which he never is. And he said, "Hey, do you think Jen could watch the house?" Because he said you were coming here for a week, and we said, "Oh, okay. Well, I hope you have fun out at Betty's house, living with your parents." Just fucking with him. Well, yeah, of course you guys can stay here. We wouldn't make you stay in his fucking bunk beds out at the fucking cartoon ranch.
In the garage. The boomerang room.
You're taking my side of the cot. Fighting over the airplane blanket.
The power strip shut off again. We got no heat.
Mom's gonna make you breakfast. Did you just call Betty Mom? Yeah.
Do you want 2 Eggos or 1?
Eggos? Did you just drop Eggos into this? I love this podcast already. So yes, I said, of course you can stay here. And then later, he said, well, can Jen watch the dogs and the cat? Because he's going on some magical, romantic honeymoon with you in some cabin in a resort on the Mexican border in South Texas. And and what happened to that whole? What happened to her? Because first you told me, yeah, the cabin thing didn't. He was. Derrick, like, he gave me the whole setup story, and then he started backing off of it. Oh, this is when it came into play. At the last football Sunday before we left, I said, well, someone's going to have to step up and be the new Derrick, because we're losing Derrick, and he's the guy that gets here early, or is already here from last night, that sets up all the shit for football.
Turns on all the TVs.
Knows how to
gets
work the
everything-
remotes.
Yeah, won't let anyone else know how to work the remotes, so he's always necessary. He has to be, if he gives away his secret for the remotes, he thinks he'll lose his position as dumbwaiter. So yeah, we're losing an integral part of what makes Football Sunday work when we lose Derrick, and I'm saying who's going to step up, and we assume it's going to be Kenny. Well, when I announced this in front of people at football, Kenny drops like he just lost his lover, because Derrick hadn't told Kenny that he's about to be leaving town for the season or forever.
Forever. Castle Rock Kenny, by the way.
So, yeah, that created a lull in the conversation where Kenny started to tear up and, what? Were you going to tell me? It was very awkward. Were you here for that? Anyone?
This is how I have to hear about it?
Yeah. I have to hear from them in front of all my friends.
How dare
No.
It was like that. But then Derrick started backing off of it a little bit. And he said, well, the cabin might not be. And I'm like,
Real?
Yeah. This might have all been a dream.
Like Bob Newhart at the end.
I caught that.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, okay, Derrick, I keep asking you questions
Did you
and then
just ruin
answering.
Bob Newhart for me? I just started that.
From the original all through
To the second, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you leave Bisbee. We're gone. You are here for a week. Then you leave for Texas. What happens?
Well, the accommodations were. We weren't sure where we were going to.
No talking.
You can't talk.
You can talk
Unless you
into
turn
a
the
mic.
mic. Turn the mic to
You
you
have
and
a
you can
bell.
talk.
I'm just saying, yeah, Bree, you have to understand.
No, I'm trying. I don't know. I'm going to shut the fuck up. I'm not.
That's what you asked for.
Or just talking to the mic. We're talking
No, I
together.
Don't do this fucking even.
Okay,
But
look
you're
at
already doing it. You're just doing it poorly. Why don't you just do it
Derrick
well?
is your lawyer then.
All right. Okay. Derrick, you go, you get the accommodations were.
We had a place to stay, but Bree was working on getting a better place, and then it turned out to be like, hey, this dude was going to give her a whole bungalow, and he was moving his stuff out. But then she went to work with him, and he was a total misogynist, and he was cutting her down and everything she did. And
Who would cut her down? Who would ever have the audacity to shit all over this nice
It was
young
a really
girl?
dirty bar that we came in, and we both like to clean, so we came in and we're like, oh, stuff to clean, and we're digging through a couple inches of hair and mud, and
You were John Taffering the place.
yeah, that's exactly what it felt like. In the first half an hour, I was like, we both looked at each other like, we're bar rehabbing this fucking place, aren't we?
You were the rescue, or were you the anvil someone threw a drowning victim?
We cleaned it up. At least, if nothing else, we left that place clean.
How long did she work there?
Hours.
Stop. You're gonna look. Eye contact over here. She's not part of this.
Just the bell.
Hours.
You can address
literally?
the bell.
Yeah, during bar time, I guess.
Okay, so you worked there. She
She
quit the
cleaned-
first day. Why do you keep looking at her?
I'm trying to remember. I guess there was a 4-hour shift by herself, and then the next day with the boss, he came in and just blew it up like a dick.
Okay, so it was probably about like 3 days.
There you go.
3
I knew
days.
you were gonna fucking
It was 3
pull
days.
through.
3
Solid.
days.
All right.
3 days. About 3 days.
Okay, and then you just told him to fuck off.
Yeah, I just fucking, I called him out and I fucking left.
I got unemployment, bitch.
Yeah, I don't need, I definitely didn't need the money that bad.
Right. So,
No.
so now after 3 days of your, I'm gonna be gone for the whole.
We go to Terlingua.
What's Terlingua?
That's my home. That's fucking, I show up, it's the best. I know
Texas.
everybody. Yes.
Texas?
Yes, Terlingua's shit.
Like for real home, or like this feels like home?
it feels like
Like
home.
Bisbee's home
Yeah.
to me, but
Yeah.
no one else would ever
I know
consider me
everybody
from
there.
here,
I
and
just
they're
show up
cunts
and they're
about
like,
it.
"Oh, that guy was a dick to you," and I was like, "Yeah, he was a dick to me," and they're like, "We told you. Welcome back."
And so, what do you do next?
Well,
You're like,
I worked and fucking Derrick like stayed in about 105 feet all day and just hung around, and I was like, "Well, I can't do this." to
Yeah,
Derrick."
he's been training for that for
He's
years
just
here.
hanging around. And I'm like, we should probably
I didn't
go,
understand what
you
she
know?
said. He stayed in 105
Well, like we fucking
feet?
we can't
105 heat.
heat.
Oh.
heat. Yeah.
Still-
So I'm working. He's fucking hanging out at camp. He's got nothing to do. So I'm like, let's fucking go.
Oh wait, you're camping at this point.
Yeah,
I
I'm
missed
camping
this.
and working. by the way.
Most of the time, as I understand, you guys were planning on camping because I've talked
Camp
about
the whole
in
way.
the other podcast I do, we talked about the gypsy lifestyle, and we talked about it too. Is like that to be able to just pick up and leave.
Yeah,
That's a very free and scary moment. But you guys were very footloose and ready to go.
Footloose. Yeah. No, I didn't give a shit. I
just-
was like, I'm putting
and you still
make some
had a
money,
tent.
perhaps.
Even
I
though
have a
you
tent.
were waiting on
We
this
had two
bungalow.
tents. We had one is the bedroom and the other was a living room. We had 2 tents.
Well, yeah, with Derrick,
it's a human habit.
You can't
trail.
always dump him off with his
No, it was
mother
really
like you
nice.
did last
It was
time.
Great.
You can
But
tell
then,
them
2
apart
weeks,
by
we
the
had
smell.
The bedroom and the living room is fucking awesome. No.
But the fact that you already had all this shit planned and wound up. Am I missing stuff?
Yeah, the bedroom smells like pina colada. The living room smells like smoke.
I missed that. Sorry.
I just tagged on his. It was funny.
Whatever. I had some space.
But the fact that you had all this job, gig, bungalow all in place, yet still had
We did do it.
tent in
no,
reserve.
we lived it for 2 nights. It was a beautiful house in Marfa, right? It's gorgeous.
And then they came over on vacation.
Like $2 million house.
Marfa's a great town.
No, I mean it was
$2 million. You can buy Marfa.
No, well, yeah, no, it's true. You're right, actually,
With a
I would say,
coupon.
let's go 300,000. Maybe 350.
Someone hit the fucking bell.
It was a nice house, and like, so dude that I'm working for is like, yeah, stay in this house. Like, it's the owner, they own fucking this, that, blah, the other. I'm like, okay. So we stay in this house, and we're like, fuck, everything's like automated and like fucking a goddamn like TV commercial, like a fucking, like a washer dryer commercial. Everything's fancy. And so we leave in the morning, and like, I see somebody at the door, and I'm like, fuck, we're going to get coffee. And there's like someone at the fucking door, and I'm like, dude, this is the owner of the fucking house. We're going to get like fucking back up right now, dude. We're going to go to jail.
Oh, so
because we didn't have any fucking permission to be in this dude's house, and we realized it the night before. We were stoned, and we were kind of laughing about it. But like, I was like, well, whatever, like it's cool. Like,
hang on, let me
back up a little bit.
That was not
the guy that gave you the job. Was that also the guy that put you up in a bungalow?
He lives in a casitas behind their house. So he's
but
like,
he's
you
the
can
guy
stay
that
here in their house.
He gave you permission.
They're only here once a year for Marfa Film Festival or whatever. So he's like, fucking stay here, just fucking don't worry about it. We roll up and I see some guy in the fucking door, and I'm like, dude.
Marfa Film Festival.
I'm like,
bad
dude,
timing.
I'm like, go back. And he's like, what? I'm like, dude, I don't know what the fuck this person. I just realized I have no idea where we're staying. We're like literally B&E.
You just trusted the guy. Wait, now, wait. Is this before or after you've quit the job?
Well, that was before I quit the job.
Is when you realized.
But I quit 2 jobs. But it was before I quit the job in Marfa, not the one in Terlingla.
All right.
We're still talking about Marfa, though, right?
Marfa's the one where the guy was a misogynist dick.
Yeah, total dick.
So, does the owner roll up before or after the firing?
That was before.
All right. So, did you have to bail?
No, then we realized it was him, and we were like, hey, and he was like, oh, no, don't worry about it. He's like, the owners are going to be here for like another 2 days, and then we were like, okay, we need to get the fuck out of here.
All right, this story's just going to get more confusing, so I'll talk over the rough patches.
Chad, settle down.
Do you want to try to
let Doug take it?
All right, so you bail out of Marfa. How far is Terlingua from Marfa?
120 miles or something?
Yeah.
All right. So you zip down to the road to where she has no track record that
and it's raining,
of.
And it's midnight, by the way. I'll just throw that in.
This isn't a novel.
It
was a rainy midnight when I left for Terlingua.
That's good for our court reporter, so she can keep track of all the details.
Raining at midnight, man. It really was.
All right, so you stay in Terlingua for how long?
Well, 2 weeks.
A little over.
Yeah.
And then the whole time deciding how many times you can crawl back here and save face, or what excuse you need. Well, no. If you got to come back with me, or otherwise you're gonna keep thinking you dumped me on the road. I need you to get on the podcast and get my back, but you got to do it with a straight face, and I can see you can't do that.
I have a reputation.
All right, Derrick. What the fuck are you doing this whole time? Sitting in a tent.
Smoking weed.
Yeah.
If you want to do this on another night, we can.
No,
this is going well.
What was I doing? Not
Here's people trying. If you're still listening at home, this is what I heard while we were away. I got like 2 text messages from Derrick that were very cryptic. And then I heard, I don't know if I heard from someone else, I think Jen, said, yeah, he came back and he said something about he got arrested, but he didn't get arrested. And they had pot on them. And then he came back, and I don't know if the girl is with him or not. And that, so there was this is supposed to be every story has an arc to it, Lewis. I'm trying to get from you leaving, being interlingua, to come back to what you showed me very humorously as your wedding certificates.
I got caught up.
Okay, we're not cutting to the end now because we're only fucking 20 minutes into this, and you've said 2 intelligible sentences.
Terlingua was really dead town. There wasn't much to do, and there wasn't much money to be made, so there wasn't enough money for beer. So we just
you're basically pimping her out because you're sitting in a tent where she's
money.
Yeah, bartending, and you're sitting around with your fucking fake gold jewelry on, I'm guessing, slapping her around at the end of the night going, where's my fucking beer money, bitch? I've been sitting in this tent all day. This tent ain't gonna pay for itself, ho.
I would go into Big Bend National Park and explore a little bit, but it's huge, but there's not a lot of, there's so many trails you can do, and there's
or jobs.
Yeah.
Panhandling?
Yeah, Derrick did it. You could have been bussing dishes and having her back.
Derrick could be a great panhandler.
There wasn't enough money in Terlingua to even buy us beer, so she said, hey, let's go to New Orleans and visit my friend.
Ding. Let's remember this when there was enough money to get arrested for having pot on the way home. Okay. Now, while you're not looking for work, well, you're walking all the trails of Big Bend National Park looking
Doug.
for a job, I assume.
Hey, Doug, by the way, can you bring the bell closer to Chad and I?
Oh, yeah, the bell needs to be over here.
Just the bullshit bell. we just want, I want everyone to have access to it. In fact, I wish everyone in the room could have a bell.
So she's working bartending again in Terlingua?
Yes.
Okay, and you're walking the trails of Big Bend National Park, and then you hook up at night in a 2-bedroom, because it's like a 1950s sitcom where they have to sleep in separate rooms in the tent.
One foot on the floor.
After the first trip, she goes, I'm going to upgrade to a 2-room tent so you can be over there.
We're not homeless.
Terlingua, how does this end poorly? Like at some point you decided, this is my home. This is the place I love. And I'm in a
bored. You were fucking bored. There's not that much to do out there, dude. You know?
Lean in, baby. Come closer to me.
You were bored. You were so fucking bored, dude. You were just sitting around at that fucking tent all day next to the fucking shitters.
Was he out of pot?
There was a fucking shitter right next to our fucking tent.
Fucking sweet.
Oh, I mean, it was like good and bad. It was gone when he
It's like the Beverly Hillbillies.
But, you know, it wasn't that
Shitter
good.
next to the tent.
It just wasn't that good.
What are we,
What are you having
rich?
to complain
What are we,
about?
rich?
How can you possibly be bored? You can sit and then you can go take a dump.
I thought
There.
I thought you liked to people watch.
It just might have been what killed.
So, Derrick, I know she's piling on you. I have your back.
I know. There's nothing wrong. It's just.
But
It might.
There was nothing else to do in the town when she wasn't working, so it wasn't like I was bored.
well, you don't do anything here. You're never bored. You just sit there and you're always amused, just sitting around.
Good point.
Here,
Good point.
Does Derrick ever seem bored?
Never.
No.
Well,
No.
there wasn't
Derrick, do you
flat
seem
screens and video games in the tent.
There were not flat screens in video. What, really? No flat screens in a tent? What are you, animals? So you're pushing for her to get the fuck out.
No, I didn't care. I wouldn't mind staying in the tent, but the park was not. It was really
The trails let you down. Hello, hey, dear lonely planet.
It always looks better on the Yelp review.
It's a huge park.
I shacked up with this girl, wayward, aimless girl, and I lived in a double-wide tent in your park.
We're not even in the park. We
I
couldn't
was
even
not
afford
impressed.
the park. We couldn't even
Trails
afford
were
the park.
subpar.
How much was it to live in the park?
$16 a night.
$16 a night.
Yeah. Plus, it was what was it, $50 for 7 days?
A hotel was 12.
You couldn't work some sort of disability discount in there?
Well, we had talked about that after we got the annual pass. But yes, apparently he can enter free.
Well, he could,
For life.
Derrick's disability, your unemployment. I'm sure that's always a source of contention.
Who's better?
make more money disabled, and you make unemployed.
I save us more money.
That's really shitty trails when you walk as slow as Derrick and you've gone through all of them. Yeah. He leaves you. You can track him because one footprint and then one drag mark and then one footprint and then one drag mark.
He's been through here.
I can see you. He ran away that morning. That night, she just finds him over the hill a bit.
He's now heading west.
I just keep picturing him circling around in a little trail that leads right back to his tent going, what the fuck, that trail sucks?
Because he's dragging an anchor. He's dragging an anchor the whole way. He's slowly turning right.
Drug him in a circle.
Yeah, his gamey leg created the trail.
Missed the trailhead by 12 feet.
The park ranger goes, "Hey, you want a job?" "No." "You're a natural." "Sorry. My gal's working."
Those were awkward conversations. What are you doing here? I have no fucking clue what I'm doing here.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Were there other people that lived at this park like you did? Was everyone else a
Lots.
vacationer?
It was an RV
There were
park. so
bikers, dude. A lot of bikers, man.
Yeah.
What kind of bikers
The
were there?
snowbirds were in there. They were already set
There's
in.
some like renegades and shit like that. I mean,
Oh, and there was a biker rally while we were down there.
Oh, that's why you wanted to get
that's
her
why
out
we
of
got
there.
arrested, dude.
Yeah, fucking yeah. You get a bunch of bikers around her, and they all start calling her by her first name or her nickname, high fiving her. She's like, "No, this tattoo's from you, Duke. That was you did that." "I'm bored. I want to go." Just going for a spin on the Harley. Be back. I mean, I'm going to work.
Oh my god. I mean, no.
Bring back beer money.
So is it straight from the biker park, Sturgis South, directly back to Bisbee? Was that a overnight decision?
No, well, yeah, that was. No, we were gonna go to New Orleans.
Well, we were, and then we got fucking arrested at the border.
Wait,
Checkpoint
We got
Going
detained in a
east
cell
or
for
west?
2 hours.
north.
you're going north. All right.
Yeah.
So you were going to take
We
a
were
right
we were going to go to northeast. We were going to go to New Orleans.
because both of you have no knowledge of border checkpoints.
Well,
after
all right, so I told him, I was like,
Totally
oh shit,
spaced
I
it.
think there's a fucking border patrol checkpoint coming up. And he had just
you just exhaled pot
no,
smoke.
yeah, and I'm
doing
like,
this
oh,
for the
fuck.
people who are
So
trying to
I'm
listen
like,
at home,
you know,
but
I
you
mean,
just
I
talk
don't
at
know
me.
where it is. And I'm like, I think it's coming up. Like real soon, and so he just you didn't really
I didn't
hide
have my
anything.
hand out the window with a
very
bag
well.
and a pipe as I was tossing it.
You didn't Andy Andrus did.
No,
but
he
you
put
still-
everything just underneath the fucking seat, like it was right there.
Where
and then
I
the
normally
dogs,
kept
we didn't
it.
even need the fucking dogs. You just blown out a fucking huge waft, it was like they were just like, dude, you guys are stoned.
So you
Like,
you
just pull the
fast
fuck
times
over.
at Ridgemont High,
Yeah.
where you just roll down the window and
Yeah, they didn't even need
Plumes
the
of
dogs.
Sean
Were like, I'm
Penn
fucking
smoke
taking a
come out.
break right now. We don't
Cheech
need
and
to
Chong.
fucking-
they'll never look
Got
under
any
the
drunk?
seat.
Not anymore, man.
Yeah, it was just like, just pull over. Just like, it was literally like, you pull up and he's like, pull over. You know, and I'm like talking Seahawks and shit. And that didn't work out well.
In cowboy country? No, you
How
should
much-
have
Well,
talked
I just
cowboys.
figured.
How much weed did you guys have?
I fucked
a
Roger
fucking bowl
Staubach.
pack.
That's how you should have opened.
Yeah, no, it was,
I got herpes from Emmett Smith. How's your day going? Oh, you're a Cowboys fan? But you had to bring up the
Oh,
Seahawks.
yeah, I know. I tried.
So
I
they pull
just
you
went
over.
for anything. Yeah. So we get pulled over, and you know, my car's a little fucked up too. So there were some issues just
you
even
have a
pulling
Prius?
over. No, I pull over and Derrick tries to open the door, and my door is fucked up, so he can't get out of the fucking door. So it already looks bad because we're like. My door, some dudes, and they didn't fix my door right. So you have to open it up from the outside. So he
Yeah,
couldn't
we have
get
a
out.
Tahoe like that.
Yeah, he couldn't get out, and then that looked bad. And
Wait,
then I
you're
did-
driving? Derek's driving?
No, I'm driving, and then
the passenger side,
Oh,
you have to-
I fucked some shit up, like just
So
even
I step
pulling
out of
into
the
the
car and I'm
lot.
like, help! I can't get out of the car.
High as shit.
Cops love that.
Did you try to hide the weed or did you have it in your hand?
No,
Uh,
no,
Put it
dude,
where I
not
was
at all,
usually stashing
not
it
at
under the
all.
seat or
Did you
whatever.
call the guy Sergeant Stadenko? Sorry, it's a Cheech and Chong one.
Hold on a second. You put the weed in the car? Isn't that
Yeah,
the
you
worst
put
place?
it under the seat.
No, you put it on your person.
You put it on your person because it's way harder for them to actually
Well,
frisk you than to go and look in the car.
there was still smoke coming out of the windows, I think, when we
Oh,
rolled up. So
yeah,
I-
yeah.
you know, I'm like, you know,
You shove it up your ass.
I'm not trying to have it in my lap.
Or somebody else's.
That's how bingo. Yeah. And fall right back out. Dogs who fucking chew on it. Sorry.
I really wasn't that concerned about it because we've been through so many with the pipe just laying under the seat, but I hadn't been smoking, so it was like, oh, we're fucked.
Yeah, we were fucked. We were fucked.
We,
All right.
They're gonna find this pipe. even
What
if it's in
town
my
are you
crotch,
near?
they're gonna bug it.
Alpine,
All right. Alpine, another cool town.
Texas? Still
Mm-hmm.
Texas? Yeah.
Yeah.
about 20 miles
Great
south.
vintage shops, or actually, like,
Really are, yeah.
yeah, thrift store. But
We'll put
Man.
some
Dollar
of the links.
stores, lots of dollar stores.
We'll put some of the links in the show notes.
yes.
3, 4.
So Alpine. So you're close enough that they can. Did you actually get arrested or just cited?
Well, they should have arrested us under the law, and but they had to call the Border Patrol can detain us, and the sheriff is supposed to write us, come and arrest us. But so he takes 2 hours to get from Terlingo, where he was at the biker rally, to get up to almost.
Oh,
Alpine.
nice decoy.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck, we don't have to hide our weed. There's a biker rally. Every cop is down in
No,
Terlingua.
seriously.
So it takes him
It's-
2 hours while we get detained by the Border Patrol to get up there. And he opens the door and he's like, the first thing he says is, these guys want me to take you to jail, but I don't have time. There's a biker rally in Terlingua, and I'm just going to write you a ticket.
Leave that open, Tracy.
So he just basically is writing the tickets, walking out the door to the car. I mean, if he's writing them and like going. So he's that much in a hurry.
Yeah.
So he just, and he was really cool. He's used to it's really, it's not, it's a really liberal county when it comes to that kind of stuff. It's
Yeah,
Texas,
yeah.
but it's,
And weeds being legalized or
Yeah.
non-criminalized everywhere, and you don't want to be that fucking
he
last
definitely
cop.
wasn't a dick about it. He was really cool. The Border Patrol, there were 2 of them that were, that was their gig. They wanted to see us go to jail, and they were really pissed off that we didn't.
the guys
the
that were eating the
Border Patrol?
Lunchables.
2 of them sitting outside the door when he walked us out that were giving us the evil eye, like, fuck you, I wish I could shoot you, druggie.
I'm just-
Yeah,
fucking
you know
piece
what
of
they're going to
shit.
do to you in prison,
Yeah.
Derrick? They're going to make you clean up after football. Because, I mean, who else would fuck him but her?
Clearly, he doesn't know how to put weed up his ass, so he's not worth that at least.
So yeah, they released us. I don't know where you want to
Yeah,
go.
well, you
with
got
that.
Well, you
off,
ha-
dude.
well, you have the-
He got totally got off the whole charge.
Well,
It's like $1,000. He got off of it. He didn't have to pay about.
What do you mean, get off of it? You have
getting
citations
ahead of
that you
us.
have framed. You for
Yeah.
paraphernalia.
Yeah.
And Derrick for possession. But
I like how you guys split the charges like a couple instead of one
I didn't
want
to be a liar. They were like, "Is that really your bowl?" And I'm like, "No, it's my bowl."
Hold on a second, Doug. Can we Monday morning quarterback this? Can we defer to Chad? Is like, what was the right thing to do when you get pulled over with paraphernalia and with an amount? How much did you have? Under 2 ounces?
Yeah, it was like 4 grand.
It was under.
and
it was
a girl
under 2,
or a guy that you don't really care that much about. What do? You pin it on them? It's her car.
Well, that's definitely the go-to. But
Pin it on her.
you have to factor in how soon you're going to get laid by somebody else after that.
There's so much. It's trigonometry.
It's a burning bridges situation that you have to look at. But you hide the fucking weed in the pipe.
On you, though, right?
Yeah, on your person.
Yeah.
All right.
But there wasn't enough time. It wasn't a matter of we knew.
Oh shit! There's a border patrol
like,
checkpoint right there.
No matter what,
There's
fucking
big
we're
signs that tell you to slow down for like a mile ahead.
Was it
This
camouflage?
wasn't like that.
There wasn't. There really
Some
wasn't.
guy jumped out in the middle of the street like
This
a
is
fucking.
just around the corner. You just see trees for a little bit, and it's around the corner. And it's just there. There's no sign saying border patrol checkpoint
No,
or
there
slow
really
down.
aren't.
Or,
We have
There really
border
aren't any
patrol
signs.
checkpoints before we can go anywhere near, like Tucson. We see them all the time. They're
we knew. I think we knew it
Derek's
was
not
there.
known for seeing shit coming.
And I
had
don't
to
really
throw out
smoke
a
weed,
bag
so it's like
last time we
fucking.
were
I don't
heading
know.
to
He's just
Tucson.
smoking weed. And I'm not smoking weed.
Yeah, but you're still on the border and you know better.
I just fucking assumed Derrick knew better, but
Here's
it's fine. And now,
Derek absolutely knows better.
Totally, he didn't forget to know better. No.
So what happened with you have these citations? How do you say the charges were dropped?
So
if you have citations,
I
don't
call
get that fucking chair bottom jammed under the thing. It's getting torn up. No, you're fine. Just don't get it the back of it jammed under. There you go. Sorry.
Chair advice on the Doug Stanhope Shotclog
Yeah, sorry.
podcast.
And when I said leave that door open, I meant so the dogs don't keep sticking there and snouting it, and you left the screen shut.
Well, yeah, 'cause it's hilarious when Henry.
It is.
ran for Payson,
Yeah.
that you didn't say.
I called the county attorney and I was like, this is the case. This is what's the story. What do you want us to do? And he's like, what are you guys doing? And I'm like, I'm not working. I'm on unemployment. Derek's on disability. And he's like, okay, what's he on disability
said,
for? And I said,
"You
traumatic
remember
brain
me?"
injury. And he said, okay, my daughter's got traumatic brain injury. That's cool. So I'll decline the case. Send me over his fucking earnings statement.
move.
And I'm like, okay, cool. Talk to you later.
Well, she said, I'm Bree. Remember my tramp stamp? And he goes, oh, charges dropped. You in
Oh my
town
God,
for a little
I'm
while?
so-
Tell your boyfriend you're working. That old ruse.
You show back up at the tent with a 12-pack of Natty Light, he ain't gonna know the difference.
Light. No, I
Oh,
think
that's
about that,
lame.
but
I mean
not
my
Natty
boyfriend with the dragging leg.
What is he doing? Gathering pine needles for a fire? No, he's just taking a walk.
Excuse me, miss. Your boyfriend's a fire hazard.
So yeah, we were gonna make bets on how long it would be before Derrick is back helping me prep for football, and turns out he left a week later than our tour and got home a week or two earlier than we got back. I wouldn't have even been here to celebrate the victory of whoever won that square.
There wasn't even time to draw up the squares.
Let's cut to the future. When do you plan on getting the fuck out of here? As soon as there's a Bisbee biker
Tomorrow
rally?
morning. It could work. I mean,
What are your intentions with my dumbwaiter?
oh my God.
Is there love in the air?
Stop. Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Stop. stop is not usually the first word. The yes that you followed it up with would normally be the first thing.
Oh, fuck me.
You don't roll your eyes, gasp, and go, yeah, love.
What was the question?
We have, I bought these weird, Mylar Funhouse mirror things that are each like 2 feet by 5 feet or something. And they like stick to the wall. And I thought, that might be fun in the Funhouse to have Funhouse mirrors. And I bought them homesick on eBay on the road. And do you think you could do something creative with those to earn your keep? Well, if you're going to fucking hang around here, you got to have...
Oh, my God.
Serving drinks around here is all...
Like, I've been cleaning. I've been fucking cleaning.
The place looks great.
No, I think...
But that's Derrick's job.
I don't think we can do that. It is Derrick's job.
I'm just saying, well, if you're going to stay here for a while, what's your skill other than camping? Because that's where you're going to be if you don't know.
Leaving.
Yes, Stalker's been taking. Are you really leaving?
My skill is leaving.
Are you really leaving?
I am leaving tomorrow, but
what?
But I'll be back in a few weeks.
Where are you going?
She's going to look for work.
No, I'm not.
In L.A., and she lost her driver's license. She has to get a new driver's license.
I lost my driver's license.
She's going to get a passport.
Was lost, or it was taken from you by the authorities?
Surrendered, I think they call it.
I kind of wish, because that like missing moment, it bothers me. But I don't. I think it's. I
lost a fucking vintage Delta
I threw it in your the big trash can outside, the big giant.
You threw it in the dumpster.
And it was Thursday night, and it was Friday morning, right? The trash came in, and and I was like, "Fuck! I need to look in the fucking trash can."
It wasn't in the trash can.
It probably
never
was.
in the trash can.
What did you throw away? Oh, you finally threw away your weed and go, my driver's license was in that same purse.
I did do that. Well, I thought I did that. And then I dumpster dove for the first time in my life, which was fucking, I don't know if you guys have ever done that. Like,
can't all those things be taken care of locally?
Goddamn,
license out here.
Stop, fucking gas station, and you dumpster dive. It's enlightening.
No,
I'm just going to say.
Tell me about it.
It's genuinely enlightening.
Flying J.
I was looking for weed.
Yeah.
I was looking for weed. That's all I could do. Look for weed. And this chick was like, I'm going to look for weed with you. And I was like, why? You don't even smoke weed. She's like, I don't care. I just want to help you. She jumped into the fucking fire with me.
All right, that's another weird story you never make sense out of. I'm sure it was fascinating if I were there.
Tuba City, man. Tuba City.
Was it a Flying J?
No, it was some like local.
TA?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. But
local
she was fucking
stop?
badass. And
she's tweaking.
Flying hay.
If you're hanging around a fucking truck stop, jumping into dumpsters,
I had hung around
strangers.
that truck stop enough to know that she had just given birth to her second child, and this child was 2 months, and I bought her a fucking AM/PM gift certificate at which she works.
Who's fucked up here? Who's the fucked up person in this story? How many people do you know at biker rallies and truck stops?
I'm just saying, Tuba City, man. She helped me.
If you had a cell phone, how many numbers of truckers and bikers and prosecutors and cops?
I got fucking people in different area codes, man.
If I wasn't refraining, I would ask what you did while you hung around this truck stop for that long.
Yeah.
Dumpster dove. I just dumpster dove.
For so long that you got to know folks.
About 2 hours. Oh, yeah, we talked. We chatted.
Well, what else are you going to do in a dumpster? It's not an elevator.
And then that's when we brought back dinner to the chick that worked at the AM/PM, and we all kind of fucking kumbaya and shit. And I was like, dude, the fuck
But this is not
problem?
the dumpster you lost your license in. You got sidetracked.
No, that was the dumpster I thought I lost my weed in.
Yeah, so we're back to your driver's license and how you're going to get the fuck out of my house.
It all. I found it in my camera bag about an hour later.
Have you checked your camera bag for your license? Before you go out front in front of my neighbors and start searching through my dumpster?
Nope.
We knew it wasn't in the dumpster. We heard the trash run
did call
hours
for
after
your
she thought she
advice,
threw it in there.
All right. So you're going back to L.A.
Chad's backing away from the mic.
No, pile on. Come on. That's what this is all about.
Man.
Do it. She can fucking take it.
It's fine.
She'll start throwing it back eventually. So you're gonna drive back to L.A. with no license and warrant out for your arrest.
I actually think there is wine. I mean, I don't know.
They didn't catch that in Alpine.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I'm good. No, I got no crime on the rocket.
So you're going to drive back in your broken down car back to L.A. to do what?
Broken down that has a Seahawks sticker on the back that can't be peeled off. But my car's fine. I'm going to go back there. I'm probably... No, I have no idea.
But you need to get the fuck away from Derrick for a few weeks.
I think what I need to do is probably work on the fucking outhouse photos that I want to take. That's my goal. It sounds stupid.
Outhouse. She was doing
a pictorial type thing.
A coffee table book of outhouses across the states.
I got a lot of fucking photos, man. I mean,
Was that why you were so excited to be right next to a shitter in your double wide tent? I can take pictures from bed.
No, it wasn't very pretty.
All right.
That wasn't good. But no, I'm probably going to just go up to Nevada and.
Is Derrick going with you?
Jarbert. Yes. I think he is.
Oh my God! That's why we need video on this podcast is to see the looks they're sharing. I wanted to ask. Well, I didn't want to be the one to bring it up.
So adorable.
So, are you going to be here for football Sunday?
Yeah, he'll be here.
So he's not going.
Yeah, he's not going.
Decision revoked.
Yep.
I didn't even say anything.
Nah, you don't have to, brother.
I think it's best.
I don't think you're doing any of this saying in this relationship, so you're fine.
Well, she said, I know that's your gig one night, but why don't you talk to me? And I'm like, but you said that. You knew that was my gig. I don't talk a lot, and you were the one that talks.
Oh, no. When Derrick talks a lot, then you don't want it.
No.
That's a good way.
Yeah. He just gets on tangents about stars and astrophysics.
Doctor Who.
Yeah, lots of things.
I almost cried watching Doctor Who.
Really?
No, I'm not joking. Like, I seriously almost fucking cried. That's a good fucking show.
Oh, I thought you meant how many times he made you watch episode after episode, like our 5-week tour of Europe.
Guardians of the Galaxy, however, that was the most painful thing I've ever
love
watched.
that. I watched that with my niece in Australia just to have something to do so we didn't have to talk.
There was such an, oh my God. And it was like 2.5 hours.
All right, so we don't know where this love affair is going to end. Don't worry, we're just going to wrap this podcast up.
Wrap it up.
And, but we don't, I want closure. Are you going to leave with her? Do you want him to go with you? Are you in love? Is there wedding bliss in the future? Do you want him in? When you drag Derrick into the Viper room, because the guy that gave you the fucking HPV from a 80s Christian heavy metal band is playing and getting you in for free, are you going to go, Derrick, come on, dress up in your favorite khaki slacks and polo shirt and come down to the Viper room with me with all my rocker friends who left me out of their autobiography.
Make-A-Wish Foundation sent me here. I have no idea why I'm here. I really don't.
Doug, are you saying Brino's the guys in Leatherwolf?
I was thinking Striper, I think. Was Striper one?
It could be
Wasp wasn't Christian, though.
That would be the best.
No. Striper, I think, was fake Christian. Anyway.
Striper was Christian.
Oh. All right, let's just cut to guys you fucked in bands in 1989.
Okay, first half of 1989.
She was only 9.
Yeah, let's cut to that.
Question stands.
88.
Back into the Scorpion days.
Oh my God.
She's talked a lot about Scorpion. Oh no, that was Scorpions, the insect.
I actually enjoy Bree being here. And she's a lot less chatty since you made her listen to the podcast
What the
where we
fuck?
talked shit about her. I can't remember all the
don't
shit
know.
we talked about.
You should,
was a lot.
You just shouldn't have fucking.
I know.
It
That
would've been
Derrick is the
way-
dildo
Yeah.
fan of mine. No, not him, but he's like the fan of mine that finds shit on the internet that's negative about
Yeah,
you
and just says,
and then
"Here you go."
emails you a link going, this fucking asshole has no idea what he's talking about.
He thought,
And then,
I
like,
think
you're-
you said it would be romantic. I think you were like, it's really sweet. I think you'll really love it.
And then we just shit all over you.
And by the way, I had 2 of my ex-boyfriends listening with me.
In the car.
Yeah, and they were like, this is fucking great. Turn it up. And I was like,
Turn it
oh
up.
my
They're in the fucking,
God.
they're in Derrick's side of the tent
Because
in 3
it was
cots.
romantic.
Derrick's wearing a dunce cap that says cuckold on top of it.
He's listening from the shitter next to the tent.
But that's awesome that Snake and Diablo were fans. But
Do you have anyone you want to plug? I mean, on the podcast. Talingua, do you want to plug the bar you work at in
there is a
Talingua
show
for
called
2
Badlands
weeks?
coming out, and
What's
a
that?
bunch of my friends are going to be on that show, and it's going to
Oh,
be on
what
Nat Geo.
show?
It's called Badlands.
the
right.
Badlands.
Okay.
All right.
I
Well,
don't
if you're
know.
gonna TiVo it,
yeah,
it's the
no, I don't
Badlands.
know. Thank you. The Badlands. It's going to be on Nat Geo in what, like 2 months or something?
No, it
All right,
I
watch
don't know,
the
about a month.
Badlands.
It's all my drunk friends from Terlingua on the show.
Oh, this might not
It
be
could
the
have been
thing.
me,
This
but-
might not be the
It
thing.
could have been me. That was
I
great.
missed out on that shit.
Could have been me. All right, did we break or end? I'm going with end. I can't imagine this going any further.
No.
Unless they break out in a huge domestic dispute. Why did you say that on the podcast about me? Well, you didn't say not to say that.
I'm sure,
right.
I'm sure Chaille will leave it running for a few minutes afterwards just in case.
She's asking me where we're going by writing it on her hand. I mean, I had to write my answer back. I mean, said maybe Safeway, and she's talking about
Oh,
California.
You guys are close. Pretty close.
You mean you have spots left on your skin that aren't covered with prison tattoos that you can write on?
I know, it's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, it's true.
All right, that's a podcast. Thank you, Derrick and Bree. A match made in Bisbee. We'll see you next time. Until then, play a song.
Maybe a Safeway.
Okay, and obvious awkward edit. Wait, this podcast isn't over. We had to wait and drink for another 36 solid hours with minimal amounts of sleep to get to the end of the story, which was the beginning of the story that we forgot. And now that it's, oh shit, it's already 10 o'clock in the morning. The girl tries to sneak out of town. The girl that was leaving 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's actually leaving. And I went, no, you can't leave till we do the end of that podcast with the whole end of the Texas drug bust. Asterisk, very small minor, not really a bust. And we had to crack some morning. I'm drinking red beer, which I never drink. The Miller Lights are going around. Chaille's drinking coffee because he was yanked out of bed at 9:15. Set up the podcast. The girl's trying to leave. I just took a dump that raced out of me like a feral cat out of a sewer pipe, and I feel like $1 million. So let's get to the good part of that story. Is the whole point, as you know or don't know, we sell stolen hotel Bibles after the show for outrageous prices because you can only they're a rarefied object because you can only sell as many as we can steal out of hotels. We found creative ways of stealing them. Chad Shank, master at it, but they have to be legitimately stolen hotel Bibles because we charge fucking monstrous prices and people buy them. I don't know why. So Derrick, on his journey before he was hijacked at the way station, the surprise way station of Border Patrol, you had stolen some Bibles for us. Go, tell us.
Well, we went to a church somewhere in Texas. I didn't want to talk about this because I was still nervous about my arrest, or almost arrest. But
he thinks this is going to get him in trouble.
The Bibles?
Yes. I think all the fucking church wants is someone to want that fucking awful book.
Yeah.
Well, it's a weird situation, so I'm not, sure how they would take it.
Well, let's go. So you're on the road.
And Bree says, I know where this church is. It's really cool. We can walk up to it and drink our coffee. And so we went up there during the day, and it's like a cabinet full of prayer books. And I'm like, yeah, if I had 5 or 10 of those, I'd be really happy. And Bree says, well, let's come back at night and get them. And so we get nice and drunk, really, really pretty lit.
Drunk.
And I went to the church. And
I got pulled over that night, too.
Yeah, Bree
You got pulled over drunk?
With the Bibles in the back of the car.
Well, I thought
I'm getting
this
that.
happened at the border stop.
No.
Oh, this is a different. I thought it was okay.
Was there a day you guys didn't get pulled over by the police?
There's a few. There was a few.
Yeah, those were the days Derrick was bored. After the beginning of this podcast 2 nights ago, where he said, "Yeah, I was living in a tent and I was bored," and then after that, I just watched him do nothing but sleep. And then sit here in the Funhouse, doing absolutely nothing for hours, and with Bree beside him, not bored at all. I said, "Are you bored, Derrick? Because you've been sitting in that same spot." No, not bored at all. I guess it's the tent. And for the record, you guys, and we do. We'll get a picture up. I don't know if we mentioned it. Oh yeah, we did mention the picture of the people who donated and bid on the football helmets. Yeah, your names are up on the wall. We'll get a picture out at some point. But yeah, you built us a fucking bar. I have my own bar to podcast at that you, the listeners, built. And after that whole podcast where she had all those jobs bartending, last night we go, hey, can you help us out and make some, because it was football, Thursday night football, and she goes, I don't know how to make that. It was something simple. And Chaille was the one that goes, wait, aren't you a bartender?
I'm not a bartender.
Yeah, it was like...
You were hired
It's
as a
not
bartender.
fucking hard to learn it. It's not like rocket
It seems to
science.
be impossible for you.
Last night...
A vodka soda, the ingredients are
soda
listed
do
in the
you want?
name.
What kind of soda?
See, there is a problem.
There's a
You
definite...
could have cream soda.
How did you lose 2 bartending
Root beer.
jobs in 3 days in 2 different towns?
Because
I don't get it.
quit.
Quit before
Soda?
you...
Do you mean like Mr. Pibb? Or you want cream soda? I don't know what you want.
Here's your scotch and soda, sir. Doers and a cactus cooler.
That sounds good.
Oh, see, there you go. You're
all right.
You're on the way.
breakfast.
You're on the way.
All right. Okay. Power up, Derrick. Tell us this story. Because I thought the whole Bible thing, you went and stole 39 Bibles from a church.
Is it really 39?
Yeah, because you found those last 2.
Oh, that's right.
39. Yeah, they're stacked in the
I was
house.
really miffed about that, wondering where they were.
Yeah. She just found some luggage she was going to discard here. That's what we had the Bibles in. I go, that ain't empty. I moved that. There's something in there that's not empty. And she says, no. She looks inside and then goes, oh, wait, in the front flap. Oh, 2 more Bibles. And Derrick breathes this OCD sigh of relief because he's sitting in there for the last 2 weeks counting Bibles. I swear I stole 39 Bibles.
37's not 39. 37's not 39.
It doesn't make sense. I pull it out my hair.
That's not even a joke, really, on that. Because
I know. I watched you do
pretty much it. 39, 37. I counted them 3 times.
So you went in drunk to a church and thought, for our benefit, because they're worthless anywhere else, only I can make the word of God worth money.
They have those nice
Collectible.
crosses on them and the little red ribbons. I thought they're really, they're really pretty.
High end.
Yeah.
They're nice.
Yeah, but they're technically not stolen hotel Bibles, so we're not going to sell them. We are actually... I have a giveaway program.
Here's an idea.
Yeah. Yeah, the first 39 people that buy tickets to the live taping, but that will already have happened. We'll make a commercial later. Anyway, you steal these fucking Bibles like a good person because you're like Oliver Twist and I'm your Fagin and you're gonna bring home stolen booty.
Well, it's the actual. What happened is Bree ran up to the church, runs in, brings out about 15 Bibles, throws them into my arms, and presses lock on her key fob for some reason.
I don't remember that.
To the getaway car.
Yeah, to the getaway car, which has the windows rolled up for some reason. And so I drop all those Bibles next to the car and I run up to the car to tell her, hey, press unlock. And she's got another 15 Bibles in her hands.
Yeah.
And so I run those back to the car and she unlocks it and we take off down like a quarter mile down the road to the restaurant and had some to-go order, which she was eating as we're walking out of the door of the restaurant. And as she's starting her car with sour cream on her face. And so we
So
go
you're shit-faced with a load of stolen Bibles, eating fucking scrambled egg Denny's slam
Quesadillas.
in one hand and trying to steer with your knees.
and they were completely spread
I may
through
have
her
had an
hatch.
open container in the car
Just
as well.
39 Bibles just thrown in her hatch, and it almost looked like we arranged them to
Oh,
show them
I
off.
do have a photo of that.
And
I do.
so we go like 100 yards, and a county cop pulls her over. Oh, I'm getting pulled over. I'm like, man, I've never been pulled over this drunk in the passenger seat even before.
Such a good.
And so she's pretty calm. I was calm, really, and because I don't know what I had to lose. Us, you know.
You weren't driving. So
I wasn't driving.
You're fine.
But so the cop walks up to the county cop walks up to the car, and he's a really big Texas-looking dude, of course.
Yeah.
And
Rural Texas.
she's better at remembering this because, like, the first thing the guy walks up to the car, and he's like, "What are y'all doing with all those prayer books? They look like the ones from my church."
Yeah, that was the freakiest part. I was like, fuck, dude. What are we doing with 40 fucking Bibles? I've got sour
39.
cream on my
39.
fucking, yeah. I
Not
should
40,
fucking
39.
know I
40 is a felony.
What are
39,
we
you're good. It's a misdemeanor.
It's definitely 39.
And
Definitely
I
39.
just, yeah, and I the only thing I could think of is that I told him I worked for Gideon's because what else do you say? Why do I have 39 Bibles? Like the fucking hatch was full of Bibles.
That's a lot of.
It was.
Yeah.
It was
Where's the
freaking-
bell?
Right there.
Oh. He told me that it was his idea that you worked for the Gideons in the story.
No, I don't remember saying that. I didn't tell you any part of this story.
Yes, you did. That's why we're doing this podcast, because we
Oh,
forgot
no.
to include the part where you
Just
got...
on the porch a minute ago?
No,
there's literally nothing else you can say to that, though.
We talked on the telephone before I got home. No, it was Jen. Sorry. All right, it wasn't your lie. I take that back. It was Jen fucking up the story, telling me it was something about
Telling me, and then I told you.
All right, someone told me
Chinese telephone.
Yeah. But the fact that they asked why you have all these Bibles, I thought that
That
happened
was
at
the
the
first
same
thing
time
he
as the
asked.
drug
Like,
bust.
when he saw him, he just wanted
That
to
was the
know
day
immediately,
after.
like, what the hell are you doing with all
And
these prayer
he
books?
bought that.
That's right. It was you that told me, Chaille,
did.
because Chaille's like, which is the most implausible fucking lie. Yeah, this tattooed girl with the Daisy Duke shorts works for Gideon's.
He
I
totally
had my
bought
orange camo sweater on, so I think it was kind of
it. Yeah, that
believable.
helped.
It does help. Camo helps in Texas.
Oh,
Anything
yeah.
camo.
Well,
Just
you know what?
a little bit of camo.
Tatted up girl like that, you just assume, oh, Bibles,
Can't see.
rehab.
Rehab.
Yes, 12
Actually,
step.
I think I had mentioned, like, maybe I work for...
And we do have a cross hanging from the mirror that we found.
That's true.
Wow, you guys were prepared.
I've been keeping a Bible on my luggage in the back seat, just one of the Gideon Bibles in plain view, just for that purpose. But we had more than one that night.
I think that's like probably the same red flag as I support the police association.
Or an arm
yeah,
hanging
yeah.
out the trunk. Yeah.
So the
Pretty
cop
much.
just totally, he was like, oh, okay. And,
No, he really believed... He believed
He says
me.
you blew a stop sign, which
There was no fucking stop sign there.
I'm not sure.
No, there's no... We went there the next day. There was no stop sign there.
But they just let you go shit-faced with scrambled eggs falling out of your head.
Well, actually, I think the first thing I said is, I'm sorry, I was
eating my quesadilla. I'm sorry I blew that stop sign.
Maybe
enjoying my quesadilla.
How about not even a giveaway? Maybe we upper echelon these Bibles to even higher prices, because these Bibles will get you out of a blatant DUI.
We also need money for fines if I can work out a trade.
Jesus,
it's $295.
Yeah, if we can figure out eBay, maybe we do the Derrick Defense Fund of stolen Jesus Church outside the campground. I'm bored. I'm so bored I might actually read this book, Bibles.
Might learn Spanish.
I think I was so calm because
they're in Spanish. A lot of them are in Spanish.
The third day in a row we got pulled over or almost arrested.
It wasn't the third day in a row. It was the second day in a row.
Don't worry, this is the end of the podcast.
But then the next day is when we got detained.
It's a postponed end of the podcast. You notice the absence of Chad Shank in this podcast. All of a sudden, there's no Chad Shank. Yeah, we weren't going to try to fake the edit. This is 2 days later. And it was beautiful to see you. You going back to L.A., and she goes, shit, I have to go back through Texas. And you go, you said you're going to L.A.
Well, no, because I'm going to
not bartend
to Africa, then Asia, and then swing around Hawaii. Yeah, I'll be in Hawaii.
I got pulled over on my way to Hawaii from Texas.
Heading to LA.
Yeah.
I know. It doesn't make any sense.
My car died in a puddle. That's an ocean, lady. You can't go that way.
They said I could go around it.
Is this soda water? No. It's not. It's ocean water, lady. All right. We should. I want to. Now that I have some time off, eventually, I have to film a special, finish the edits on the book, and do some photo shoots and B-roll, and then go to Africa for going to Cape Town. If you're in Cape Town, find us in the first week of December. Chad Shank will fill in that week, guest hosting when we go to Africa for no reason, to sit in a bar for 5 days and say we went to Africa.
Are you going to do a show?
No.
You're not even going to do like a impromptu?
No.
Okay.
If I do, I wouldn't say it because I would be doing it illegally. Follow me on Twitter at Doug Stanhope and look for subtle hints. And that's it. Hopefully we'll see you. I don't know when this comes out. It'll come out before the taping. November 21st, taping the live special here in Bisbee. Only very limited tickets. We're going to keep it very small. So yeah, road trip out, and thank you, Bree. Enjoy your drive home to LA through Texas to do whatever you say you do. And Derrick will be just sitting there like Ichabod at the gate to see if you stop the car and make eye contact and go, "Just come with me, baby," and you won't. And then we're going to mock him all day long. All day long.
Bree, I have a question. Are you going to LA to apply for a job as a bartender, or another job that you're grossly underskilled for?
Phlebotomist. I can phlebotomize.
Where's the phlebody?
I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm ready to ist it.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I'm going to get drunk for a few days and then go take some photos.
Good.
Realistically.
Yeah, LA outhouse is a very rare commodity, the LA outhouse.
She has to get a driver's license. You know how?
Oh, yeah, I lost
Andy
my
Gump
driver's
outside of a fucking concert.
Construction site.
Porta potty. You should just take pictures of the inside of a porta potty. Just right down the hole.
Pretty much what I do.
Yeah, go to fucking Burning Man and just all right. I got the morning giggles. Let's close this and then keep talking and see if we do another podcast accidentally for the vault.
You're listening to the Doug Stanhope podcast, brought to you by Miners and Merchants, Bisbee, Arizona. Get your antique stuff while you're in town stalking Doug. Just put it in your van and take it home.
And that was our feeble houseboy, Reverend Derrick. Now, back to the podcast, already failing. I want to start talking again when we have the fucking giggles. This is a podcast that will be all sorts of fucked up because we're starting it after we kind of did a half of one and then had a whole bunch of fun and want to talk about it. And then we'll go to break and we'll go back to where we used to be. And then we'll wrap it up with a piece after that. That works, right?
I guess whatever you said, I'll have to listen.
Well, we had to close out the Derrick and Bree podcast as she's walking out the door, leaving Derrick behind, heartbroken. Who knows where she's off to? I guess where we left it, she was going from Arizona to LA through Texas. And as she's
her first stop should be a map store.
Yeah, they were still in the background when we started this podcast that will now be the middle of this podcast. Because we kept talking. We were having so much fun morning drunk. Morning drunk is a whole different animal still than day drunk. Morning drunk is really good.
Yeah.
And it happens best when you wake up and you're still drunk, but it's sunlight, so you think, I can drive. This is totally legal. I just slept for 5 hours. How could I possibly? So yeah, I did that, and I went to Safeway, and then we did that wrap-up part.
Part 2.
Should we just go into that now, like segue into...
Do whatever you want.
They were leaving, then we're just rambling, and I was having fun, and I go, this is going to go nowhere, but we just kept talking into microphones.
The Hangover history.
Yes, Hangover history.
That'll be an Easter egg in another episode somewhere.
So, yeah, we got to cut some commercials anyway. So let's take a break. And here's a commercial that we just came up with later. Holiday special.
Yes, holiday special.
The boss went out of town and Chaille went crazy. You fucking Tracy and Chaille are leaving us alone for like 3 weeks or something, and then you come back and then you leave for another 3 weeks or something.
No, we're leaving for 10 days, and at which time we'll still take orders, but then we leave in December because we have family, and we go visit them during the holidays.
All right, well, the Chailles have left me high and dry. Merch orders stop on December 13th, so you have enough time to get your merch order in for yourself for Christmas, because you don't buy my shit for someone else, not off the podcast. It's not like your wife is listening to the podcast going, oh, what can I get them that's on sale? You have what do you have? What's your special, Chaille? What's your merchandise?
Well, we've got the new Funhouse Fanatics football patch.
Yep.
And we're going to throw that in with a sticker pack and a t-shirt. Whatever t-shirt you want. We'll set it up that way.
All right. What t-shirts do we have?
We have the podcast t-shirts. We have the Killer Termites.
You still have UK t-shirts?
We've got plenty of
fucking UK t-shirts. Get them over here because, you know, most Americans don't even have a passport. They'll never go anywhere. They'll go to the Cape. They'll go to fucking Smudgeon Island.
Smudgeon Island?
Yeah, somewhere right near where they go that has a fucking pond.
Just that far out of international waters?
Yeah, they'll never fucking go to the UK, so get a UK poster and a UK t-shirt.
I love that idea.
Yeah, and then say, oh, yeah, I saw him in Copenhagen. Yeah, frame a fucking UK poster and look worldly in front of fat girls that you meet at fucking Comic-Con.
We'll have a holiday special available at DougStanhope.com.
Yeah, the way I'm losing my mind and my body's falling apart, it should be worth money pretty soon. You'll sell a t-shirt for double the price once I die soon. And you say, oh, I ordered that because of this commercial where I pretended to be at the UK. Help Chaille help himself. I'm Doug Stanhope, and I approved of this commercial. That works.
Okay. That wasn't as bad as I thought.
Yeah, no, I just wanted the Gideon's Bible. I thought that was all one story, and we completely forgot.
We even spoke about the fucking Border Patrol event.
Yeah, Bree couldn't
I was
remember
like,
that
we did
talked
that?
about the almost arrest.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't really talk.
No. That was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is intimidating.
That's what you did the whole time.
Yeah, I can imagine. That sounds about right.
Don't worry, we carried that. Yeah. At your expense. Yeah. I think I really want to listen to that one.
Yeah, that's the one I can't wait to edit.
or not edit. Listen.
No, I mean just because I run through it and I take show notes.
It has romance, intrigue, adventure, action, all that.
I was thinking more about the
and
laughs.
the three of us just busting your balls relentlessly, both of you equally. I think we spread it out between two camps.
Yeah.
But I'm used to getting that. So
You're gonna have one more drink. You know you're gonna stay. No, I'm not trying to talk you into it.
This was a Black Pussies thing. They were supposed to leave at noon, and they left at 10 o'clock that night.
Monday, dude. On Monday.
What, are you going to get fired from your non-job?
Yeah. The outhouse closed.
It was here when I checked. Where did it go?
Yeah.
I'm excited to go.
They pulled it out on Tuesday. She's following a carnival, taking a picture of this same fucking Andy company. I stole that from Phil Hendry.
It is good material.
Yeah. All right, Doug Stanhope Friday morning podcast. Made everyone wake up to keep drinking. My friend Ggreg Chaille is with me. And what are you drinking this morning, Ggreg Chaille?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee and a little half and half.
All right. This is the first Doug Stanhope 1 minute podcast. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to buy merchandise.
I stayed up watching Turner Classic Movies all night.
Oh, yeah. I want to watch that fucking documentary, The Goose Kirk, but I didn't want to do it when I was drunk.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Bree, is your account still on here? Your Amazon and your Netflix?
Yeah.
All right. No, that's cool.
No.
We'll watch it when they leave.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
They put her account up there for
on the
movies.
TV. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
What movies did you watch? Was it like
Dirty
Dead
ones?
Snow?
Bumps?
Dead Snow?
Fucking shittiest horror movies ever.
No, Dead Snow is a good one.
Yeah, Trick or Treat.
And Trick or Treat, which was a
that's
reference that was a recommendation from Chad Chang. It was good.
No.
That was a good one. Dead Snow was zombie Nazis. That was good.
What? There was one that. Oh, that's Surf Nazis Must Die.
That was
Trauma.
Yeah, there's the band that I roadied for. They have a song in that. And we went to the premiere.
Roadie, you life sherpa'd.
I life sherpa'd. We went to the premiere, the whole band, and my brother and I. We go there. Oh, awesome! And there's like the credits roll. The song's in it. Get drunk, get wasted, right?
Yep.
And at the end, the guy goes, "Oh yeah, by the way, we couldn't put your credit in the thing." What? You couldn't put us in the titling? There's catering is listed in this thing, but not someone who used their song. That's fucking bullshit. But it's still for sale.
Ggreg Chaille fucked over at every turn in his life.
Every chance I get.
One day he thinks he can sleep in after a long night of Turner Classic Movies. And the next thing you know, he's podcasting and remembering the time he got fucked out of a credit.
Well, I wouldn't have got a credit.
Uh-oh.
Have you seen that movie, Surf Nazis Must Die?
Yeah, back where you watch shit like that when
Yeah.
you're fucking 19 or 22 or something.
It's pretty bad.
It's terrible, but we loved it.
Yeah.
For that reason. I don't remember being young and joyful. All right. Let's just have the Ichabod segment of the podcast. Let's give him his own segment.
See, this is what the back of my car looked like. This is why I was scared. And there's a toilet paper roll that I stole from fucking outhouse.
Nice.
Just thrown about.
This is a stack of stolen Bibles in our trunk. What are you doing with all those prayer books?
Well, yeah, I'm sure.
The fact that he called them prayer books instead of Bibles is
And that his name was on one of the covers.
actually legitimized the story. When she said the cop said prayer books,
Yeah.
I go, all right, that's a true story. I didn't have to hit the bell on that one.
But the way they're packed back there, it looks like there was a getaway, not hey, be sure to distribute these. Get all.
The exploding blue tablet goes off when you open the Bible. Go to ink.
An ink pack.
What do we got? Mail call. Bingo. Bingo. Who's this Bingo? I don't know anything about Bingo. We should get a Lois Bolicult ringtone. Bingo? What Bingo? I don't know any Bingo.
They love that. I posted that one.
No, I'm saying that's a great ringtone. Yeah. Lois Bolicult doing the Bingo phone call.
So you were telling that you were bored of shit.
Whatever happened to that guy that was doing the best of?
I knew it.
There was the guy in like Bolivia or some shit that was
Gabriel.
doing compilations of the
He's
best
still
of.
doing them.
Is he?
Yeah.
Good.
I need to post them on YouTube, your YouTube channel. But yeah, he does a good job. I love his intro. You are listening to the Doug Stanhope podcast.
I love that. Hey, Gabriel in Bolivia.
It's
Brazil.
Yeah.
Probably.
South America somewhere.
Yeah.
I should know.
Yeah. I said, you know what? I say a lot of things on the podcast I don't remember, but I know that the listeners will rewrite what I said. You said you wanted to do a show in South America. I don't think I said that. I said I think I want to go to South America because it's the only continent other than Antarctica. I never said I wanted. I can say, yeah, I was thinking about doing this. You said on a podcast that you were looking for someone to help you. No, I said I was going to go to the store and get cigarettes. You said on a podcast you needed someone to go to the store to get cigarettes for you. And can I stay at your place? I never said any of this. I know this is not going anywhere, and I hate that. I hate that. We can.
Have you been to South America? You've been to Central America.
Yeah, never been to South America.
Yeah.
I just need to hit an airport and get the fuck out just to say I went.
You should go down to.
You can't do that to Antarctica.
Well, you can because you can go down to.
Not on Delta.
You can not on Delta, but
I need miles.
You can get down to the tip of South America, Tierra del Fuego.
Yep.
And then you can take a boat from there they'll go to Antarctica.
Yeah, I've read fucking Shackleton's problems with that boat ride. I'm not doing that. I ain't eating seal blubber for 18 months and missing World War I. Not me, not this kid. I learned from other people's mistakes.
Ernie made it back.
The endurance. That's what I was looking for it. What was Darwin's?
The Beagle?
Yeah. That's what I was confusing Darwin and Shackleton for a moment in my early morning haze. I confused Shackleton's ship for the great Charles Darwin. My faux pas. Oh, the hate mail that we will receive.
Episode 109, I believe you said.
Never lost a man. 18 months in 1914 to 16, I believe. Shackleton, and I think it was 29 men fucking stuck in Antarctica, taking life rafts to one island, leaving the men there, and then going with a small crew to get to the only fucking island that has a fishing village station.
Yeah.
As any civilization.
That was Elephant Island, I think.
Yeah, Elephant Island.
But he landed on the wrong. He was dead reckoning to get there. He landed on the wrong side and had to then climb the mountain.
Yeah, it did. The movie Alive. That was like pussy.
Well, I mean, you just came back from Europe where you really showered very little for 5 weeks. These guys were in the same underpants for 2 years.
Yeah, and not only did none of them die, the one team that leaves the rest behind on that one island where they're just eating fucking seagulls and
penguins.
shit. Yeah, seal blubber if you can get it, or a fucking occasional seagull or sticks. But none of them died, and when they get the fucking rescue ship to come back, they don't ever think they're seeing Shackleton again.
Yeah.
And they all come racing out, and the first thing that they asked for, cigarettes. Before food. 18 fucking months of Antarctic snowbound. They ate their fucking dogs at some point.
Oh, a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. Oh, remember that dog? I can't wait to get back home and get some dog. But, well, fucking, do you have any Marlboro Lights?
Ooh, are those menthols?
Yeah, exactly. I was going
It's all
there
right.
too.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, never
We'll
mind.
wait.
I'll just eat.
How long
just eat the dog. Thanks for rescuing me, but not a menthol.
Wait a minute. How long to the whaling station at Elephant Island? Yeah, we'll wait.
I want to cut this in somewhere. Just
Yeah.
throw this out as episode
This is our-
101.2 bullshit morning drunk
No,
dialogue.
it's hangover history with Doug. I did see the actual glass plate photographs because the official photographer on the Endurance
Save that
he
shit.
packed them all the way back, and they did it at the Burke Museum in Seattle.
That's optimism.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
18 fucking months stuck in Antarctica in 1914, and they probably have leather, sheaths for
This
shoes
is
and
glass.
shit.
It's heavy. These things are.
Yeah.
That's what they used to do it on. Was they'd take the big box thing with the hood
Yeah.
and everything. Yeah, and the pictures that he took of the Endurance, he climbed up on the main mast and took pictures down of the crew as they're offloading from the ship and everything. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and the fact that he kept that. That's a hoarder right there.
Yeah.
No, who did my things? I gotta get my stuff. Fuck this stuff.
These are worth something. Actually, you're right. They are.
Eventually.
The one time.
Yeah, a lot of those guys just went right off the fucking rescue ship after an unbelievable and right into World War I and got killed.
Or went home and found out that their families had moved on. We had a funeral for you.
Well, back then, just taking the trip, you assume I might probably not ever see you again because no one's ever done what we're about to do. We're going to try to find the South Pole. So I'll probably be dead. So, but yeah, keep my shit here just in case.
Look, my storage is paid up for 8 months.
Yeah.
Well,
If I come back, keep some graduation pictures of the kid we just had.
keep some pictures of the kid you're gonna have.
Yeah. Oh, you're pregnant? I'm going to the South Pole. Fuck off.
What?
Yeah. Sorry, get a job. Someone's gonna feed the baby.
Where are you sending the checks? What? Mail?
Why do you always have to go to the South Pole every time I'm pregnant?
Why do you have to keep getting pregnant?
I don't think you're really going to the South Pole. I think you're going to RJ's house.
Well, how come you're walking up North Avenue if you're going to this
with a 6-pack of beer? You're going to the South Pole and all you have is a 6-pack of beer. You're going over to RJ's house to watch the footy.
to watch the footy?
There's no TV, of course.
Yeah.
RJ lives by the stadium.
Sure.
They didn't have a stadium. It was a field, but they thought it was a stadium.
Well, that's why
it was a stadium to them.
That's why he got the place, because from the balcony you can actually see one of the goals.
It's not really a balcony. It's the roof.
Yeah.
And it's got a fucking mortar round in it.
Look in.
Silliest podcast ever. Unairable footage. I love it. Anyone else want to say something for the fucking archives? Nope. Don't we have notes of stuff? Oh, you want to put that in a real podcast, huh?
You had the Alcoholic Angel, and then you had Fourth World.
Oh, yeah. The Alcoholic Angel, that was the guy I was trying to talk about on the UK wrap-up. It was a guy in Amsterdam.
Somehow you didn't get to it in the 3 hours we fucking recorded the other night.
Yeah, I think it was more than that. Yeah, it was a guy that was sitting. There's a piano beside the stage at the Amsterdam Toomler's Comedy Club.
Toomler's a small, basement venue. It's not one of the, not like the O2 venues you were doing with 3,000 people or something.
It was fun.
Yeah. That's where we went back in 2005.
Yeah, I think it's seats $1.25. It'll be basically like what we're filming here, that size of a show. So it's fun. And I ordered a drink, and over there they give you the measured shot in a tall glass, and then you want a vodka soda. They know what soda is over there. Even though it's a second language, they know what soda is. And they give you a bottle of soda separately so they can double bang you. They charge you for the mixer and the shot, you fucking assholes. So I get the
It's like a la carte.
Yeah, at this point, I have my stool is full of glasses. It's like just what we cleaned up on this bar from last night on my own stool. So I poured the soda into my own glass because I travel with my own glass. Don't drink out of a tall glass because I like a short cocktail straw. And I'm just fucking drinking the soda water as I talk for the next 10 minutes after making a production about get me a fucking drink. And then this guy sitting stage right, gets my attention and says, the vodka is in the other glass. Like I've been drinking straight club soda this whole time after bitching about getting a drink. And I went, you're my alcoholic angel. Can anyone else see you here? Are you just part of my imagination? I love you, alcoholic angel.
It was long enough into the tour, it could have been a hallucination.
Yeah, felt like it.
So they give you the little shots like they do in Canada and then some cheap places where the owners don't trust the employees.
Everywhere in the fucking world. That's why I turned against my own anti-American instincts. And iconoclastic? No, that's not the right word. I'm a naysayer. I'm what do you call that? What's the word for a guy like me, Tracy? Well, if everyone says this, I'm going to say the other thing. It's a big word. No, it's a small word, actually.
Naysayer?
No, it's a fucking, not a skeptic, but it's a goddamn...
Contrarian.
Yeah, that'll work. Contrarian. But yeah, when I realized how easy it is to be a drunk over here for cheap and next to nothing.
With our big gulps and our fucking super size me's.
Free pours.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go, wow, that was really $17 for one measured shot? And you have to pay for it at clubs? You don't get
no free drinks?
Fucking drink. Well, actually, Toomler's, yes. The comedy club, but theaters, no, we had a plastic bottle, sneak them in like we do sometimes.
Wink,
oh, you have to buy drinks from the house because there's laws and stuff. Yeah, there's no fucking laws in the green room.
Show me the fucking laws. But it's just easier.
Well, no, there is a law, but it's a green room.
Yeah,
it's not like a lot of times the fucking alcohol bureau comes to the green room to make sure you purchase that vodka at this. Fuck you.
It's like diplomatic plates on your town car.
I have a diplomatic plate in my head. You can't cite me. It's a Becker
joke.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was. I don't pay taxes. I have a diplomatic plate in my head. That was when I first met Becker. That was one of his lines at a store.
Yeah.
So Becker would go into a store, like a 7-Eleven, back before they had to do math. Yeah, before the computer did it for you.
Yeah, you have to type in the amount.
Yeah, so it would be $3.89. So he'd give him $4.07. Like he's making exact change that is not exact, and just watch their faces curl and contort. It was so much fun.
I'm pretty sure he's still doing that.
I'm sure he is. Well, no, because now they just... if they type in $3.89 and then what you paid for, and then it'll say 17 cents. Back then, they actually had to do the fucking math.
It still works. They're still hiring the same people. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, but the computer would tell them. They wouldn't have to do the math anymore, which stinks. I'm trying to remember, it was one that I used forever.
A Becker joke?
Yeah, a Becker line that you would always use with a waitress or something, or a hostess. I can't remember. Let's just kill this podcast. These people have to leave.
Right on.
I mean, I'm throwing them out. Yeah. So I don't want to do it on the air. That would be rude.
Here, I'll turn the Bar is closed.
Oh, yeah. Bars. Yep. Red light's on.
Red light's on. Sorry, it's against the law to serve anymore in here.
I'm guessing that Michelob Light sign I bought at the yard sale at 7 o'clock in the morning doesn't work because it was $4.
That's pretty sweet. I was in at that.
Yeah, but it's $4, which means it doesn't work. It's our neighbor. We had to buy some shit.
I bet you $5 it works.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, trash.
Wait, don't plug it in yet. You taking that bet?
Oh, yeah. I'll take it. Yeah, $5 it doesn't work. I'll fucking make my money back and some. Ah, God damn it. Now it's a $9 Michelob Light sign. I'll sell it on eBay
You
for
have money
$100 to
in
a
your-
psycho fan.
In your long johns? Oh, you have pants.
Yeah, I have pants.
Thank you, sir.
Fucking pant it up, Chris. Pant it up, Chris. All right. Still have notes from the last podcast.
Did you
Wanna
buy
do the
anything-
last podcast again?
Did you buy anything else we could bet on?
That'd be a fun podcast to do. Is the same podcast, but like the exact same story. So and never say, I don't know if I already told this story. Just act like you haven't told any of this before, and just put them out back to back.
Yeah. Different titles.
You already said this
Different-
podcast.
different
Really?
episode number.
I said this whole podcast. Just have all the notes from the. Just take a beat sheet from the podcast and
Bullet
go
points.
every bullet point down. Well, I don't remember doing that podcast.
Kelly's like, this is for fun.
Because we have done that. We just haven't released the first one.
Yeah.
We've got plenty of those.
Yeah, we.
Gummy worms.
Someone hit me up again about the Manson tapes. I'm all, listen, I know it's tempting, but it's not.
You know
It's
what?
not interesting.
If we could get one fan that would come and stay with me and just go through all the Marilyn Manson 4 hours of rambling nonsense podcast and edit that, I'd love to just put you up and pay you a healthy wage and have you as a.
We could have Gabriel do it.
I was kidding.
Oh.
No, this is what a fan would say.
Yeah.
Didn't you say you wanted someone to come down and... No, I never said that. I said I have to get around to it. I thought you said you wanted someone to come live in one of your trailers and be your friend and do all your the Marilyn Manson.
The only person who's listened to the whole thing is Laura Kimball, and look what happened.
I riffed that several times on the UK tour. I'm saving it for I need the fucking new hour, and I don't have a payoff. But that story, the Laura Kimball story, fucking killed
On stage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it goes nowhere. I found a place I could wedge it in, but I'm saving it for the next hour rather than try to force it in.
That was one of the most uncomfortable moments I've seen. Doing the shot on stage. Explaining what she's.
Oh, yeah. Save that. Because maybe this will help the story.
Oh.
For the new hour, which we'll be doing on some kind of tour next year. Stick around for that. If you're hearing this podcast, it's because I've passed away.
I have a request.
Bingo has it. Get on the mic. Don't talk off the mic. You know better.
I was ready for years. I think for my birthday.
There's a mic right here.
Okay. For my birthday.
Which birthday?
This one.
You're not having a birthday this year.
No,
You're
I'm gonna
already
skip it,
planning
but people are coming over.
I thought you were trading one in so you could have a big one.
Jesus, that's Monday.
Yeah.
Her
I
birthday's
think
Monday.
you guys should do.
She kept saying, "What day is the 9th?" And I'm like, "I don't know what day it is today." I had to write Andrew a check yesterday, and I had to remember what month it was. It's been nonstop since we got home.
So my request is that you and Chad Shank do a really, maybe one of those 10-minute podcasts as Bingo Butter Cheeks.
My entire Bingo Butter Cheeks.
Dueling butter chicks, or does Chad Shank do a skank cast?
I had a good
Shank cast.
I had a good Butter Cheeks this morning. I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember either.
Some line. I was just riffing at her.
I'm just waiting to see if you
How
can do
fat?
it.
Yeah, I can't remember what the fuck it was. All right, yeah, we'll do that. Hey, this was a podcast. I loved you in life, and now I'm glad to be away from you. Now that I'm passed away and I'm in a better place now. But there's no better place than the Funhouse Bar and Grill. Hey, buy merchandise. Did you enjoy the UK tour? I did, kinda. The European tour, I enjoyed almost all of those shows except for 2 that I remember hating. And that was just because of me. Wasn't you, except for Sheffield. But we have, what do we have? I don't know what we have for merch.
Wait a minute. What did you really like about the UK tour?
Not selling merchandise would be the best part. Running out the back door. You play a theater like that and people are like, I can't come out and fucking take selfies with 3,300 fucking people.
Yeah.
And y'all want to tell me a story and they're always sad because that's what I attract and that's what I promote and that's what I enjoy. As you'll find out when you hear how this morning ended. Nothing makes me laugh. That's the title of this. Nothing makes me laugh harder than a girl leaving crying. I think I gave away the end of how this ends up.
It's a tease.
Wait, oh yeah. Oh wait, no, this is a commercial. Yeah. Remember? This is not part of the podcast at all. We're making this up. There's still merchandise left over that you can buy online. You could only buy it online. So if you want to, what do you have? What are you trying to get rid of, Chaille?
We've got the UK shirts in black and Laundry Day purple, and we also have
I haven't even seen those.
Yeah, and then the
I'd wear a Laundry Day purple shirt if I didn't have my name on it. It'd be a little rude.
And then the UK posters, which we're already in our second run of those.
Did I tell you 2 different times in this town in 10 years? One specifically, I saw a guy at Safeway wearing a Doug Stanhope T-shirt, and he's in line behind us, and I go, "Hey!" and he's just like,
fucking weirdo.
I go, "That's me." And he's what? He goes, "On your shirt." He goes, "I get this at the thrift store." Bingo is there for that. Where's Bingo? Who's this Bingo? What Bingo? Where is she? Go to DougStanhope.com and get yourself some shit.
We also have
keeps Chaille in business. It fucking, just say it. Chaille needs money because I don't work the fucking road in the U.S. And that's his job as tour manager. And I haven't done it in over a year. So it's this podcast and your merchandise selections that keep him alive here in Bisbee. And keep this podcast going, because I wouldn't do this by myself. I can't Bill Burr it. I can't sit around and talk to myself like a crazy person.
We also have the new patches, the Funhouse Football Fanatic patches.
Yeah, for a limited time only.
Limited time.
Because you bought them for us, but it was cheaper to get 300 than 26. We got these stupid jackets. We already tell them this story.
I think they know about the jackets, but... Yeah.
Well, yeah. Anyway, we went to the Salvation Army, the thrift store over in Sierra Vista, and they had 26 bright red Marriott valet jackets. Yep. So the 4 of us, me and Chaille and our ladies, ran to the rack, started trying to find our sizes, and they had them.
Like we had to block someone from grabbing them.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
We were like looking around like, is anyone else see this yet? Like, it is such a deal.
Well, I remember that there was the tour with Brett Erickson and Jeff Tate where we all hit the thrift store. And I remember like trying to get out of the car first to get to the coat rack, even though they're not my size. I'm like trying to beat them to the coolest coats.
And I remember you made the mistake. We were driving through Wisconsin, and we were out in some area heading to somewhere else, and then all of a sudden there's a Savers or something, and it's during October, and you did the thing where you beelined for the sport coat rack, and I kind of just whistled, like moseyed over to the Halloween section, and that's
where they put all those fucking hobo jackets
and nerd coats.
Yeah, disco guy, hey, disco guy suit. No, that's just a suit.
That's a Chaille suit.
That's the fucking worst about Halloween is wearing those suits, and they think you're dressed up for Halloween, and you go, no, I fucking wear this shit all the time.
We went down to meet the Congressman Gino on a Friday night in downtown Bisbee. And there was it was the week before Halloween, and they had blocked off the street in front of the Grand, and there was a party there, like a street party, and it was a costume and everything. And we don't know. We're just dressed up to go out and have a drink. And then now we're standing in the quarry waiting for the band to start, and people kept coming up going, so like, what are you supposed to be? And I didn't get it, but it was
Stanhope.
They're like, what did he say? He goes, oh, I get it. He looks at my hair and he goes, Edward Scissors Hands. I'm like, but I'm wearing a fucking blazer and some fucking funky pants. Edward Scissors Hands? What the fuck is that? Yeah, it was. Yeah, they couldn't quite figure out what we were going to be. But if they were here this weekend, they'd see that we were wearing the same outfit. Yeah.
But you could be wearing a Doug Stanhope t-shirt. Go to DougStanhope.com. There's a commercial. Now back into what we're segueing back into was the riffraff, and then we'll come back and explain what happened after that. The following nonsense. Please hold. Oh shit, this is getting close. November 21st, come to Bisbee, Arizona and be part of the exclusive live taping of my new special, tentatively titled.
Working title.
No, I think we're pretty much settled on it, unless I come up with something better. No Place Like Home.
Oh.
We're doing I'm taking it might be like the Oslo mistake I put out. Except the material is ready, unlike Oslo, where it was fucking new material. I'm trying to... Yeah, No Place Like Home. We're taping it November 21st, 2015 at the Bisbee Royale. Go to the website for tickets if there's any left, because, we taped this shit ahead of time, and I'm hoping that you road trippers will sell the fucking thing out, because I don't want to play to just locals, because they think they all hate me. So, yeah, come to that, DougStanhope.com. All right, so that's where we left it. As we're rambling about Ernest Shackleton and the Beagle and the et ceteras and the drunken history. Funhouse history. What did you call it?
Hangover history.
Yeah,
with
Hangover
Doug
history.
Stanhope.
Yeah, I guess it's drunk now. It was kind of drunk into let's just keep going. Now I've had the fucking giggles so hard because what happened... We're talking, and Derrick and his girl are kind of muddling around, trying to leave.
Kind of dragging their... Well,
yeah, they were listening to us because we're kind of podcasting.
Derrick always drags his feet.
Yeah, he drags out one leg all the time, yeah. So as they're doing this awkward goodbye, we start playing songs that are really sad. The saddest songs ever. Chaille's just DJing this. They're sitting there. I go, wait, hang on. Derrick, Derrick has a song he wants to play for Bree or vice versa. It's, Please Come to Boston by Dave Loggins.
Yeah, that's the first one.
If you don't know, Please Come to Boston. It's the saddest song. Hey, rambling boy, why don't you settle down? Well, yeah, it's because she's leaving for L.A., so it has that verse of, please come to L.A. to live forever. It's just, so we're playing this sad song, and she starts actually crying. So we go, let's pile on.
Oh, yeah.
Because you love crying women.
Yes.
There was the next one. Do you remember the next one?
Playlist, yeah.
Oh, good.
Do you remember the next one?
Yeah, She's Gone.
She's Gone, Daryl Hall.
By Hall & Oates.
But you were over there on one end of the bar, and I'm on this end of the bar, and halfway through the song that's playing, you're mouthing to me either a title of a song or a group, and then I would be able to pick it out.
And then I'm watching you, and I just see your face light up when you think of another song to drive. We go to
Keep her crying.
We went to
Air Supply.
Air Supply. I'm all out of love.
Then I took a chance here with Styx, Lady.
Yeah, that was for the first, but then it gets upbeat. So he killed that and went to Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Very good, yeah. And then
and everyone, she's fucking crying. She's like, "What are you?" And she's crying harder. And Derrick's slow dancing with her.
In the funhouse.
Then and we're in hysterics. The more she's crying, the more we break down, and we have to find a new song.
Harry Nilsson, Without You.
Yeah, how does that one go?
I don't even know.
I can't remember it.
I looked up on Google saddest songs of the 70s, and that was like number 2. So I go, I don't even know this song, but
I
I'm
know the
betting
song,
it's good.
but
you would recognize it if you heard it, yeah.
Well, we just heard it. I just can't remember
we just won't
because we
repeat it.
fucking piled on so heavily.
Then we did Total Eclipse of the Heart by the Dan Band because you like that.
Yeah, that's from old school.
And then All by Myself by Eric Carmen.
All by myself.
Then we kind of.
Then they went to Pack finally.
Yeah.
She's like, all right, I've had enough of the crying. And we called her back in for
Ruby, Don't Take Your Love to
Oh,
Town.
no, that's while she was packing.
Yeah.
Ruby, Don't Take Your Love to Town.
And then I'm Not in Love by 10cc.
Yeah. I'm not in love.
And then you had a great one, Loggins and Messina.
Yeah.
That was Danny's song.
Yeah, it's
What's the line?
Even though I ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey, everything. And get her to cry one more time. And then on her way out,
The best. Kiss.
Beth.
But we changed it to
Bree.
Bree.
We're yelling this. We're singing the lyrics as she's packing her car out on the street from the funhouse.
But we were only listening.
Bree, I hear you calling.
We were only listening in the funhouse because of the Sonos speakers in here, but it's a wireless system. So when they went
you were
outside to
playing
go
it
smoke,
shit.
I put it outside so the neighborhood could hear.
Derrick hasn't come back
Not
either.
yet.
No, he hasn't come back yet. It's
We were like the longer it went on, the more we're just like children at summer camp crying, laughing at her crying. And she finally walked out in tears, and I go, nothing makes me laugh harder than a girl walking out crying. It was just
You try to make me cry. You love it when
when
I
you cry, it's so adorable.
You love it when I cry.
Because you cry like a little kid. It's just, why are you laughing at my cry? Because it's funny.
See, now you're laughing at him laughing at you crying.
Oh, this will pass.
Yeah.
She's going to have All Out of Love by Air Supply in her head for a 9.5 hour drive.
Yes.
And I know that because I told her that. I said, All Out of Love is going to be in your head for a 9.5 hour desolate drive through the desert to LA, if that's really where she's going.
Wherever she's going.
But whichever direction you go out of Bisbee is a long, desolate desert drive forever. So, yeah. I'm all out of
That was really fun.
What do you think, Derrick? Did he just...
He might have just gotten in
his car
with his sweatpants on and just gone.
Yeah, he was giving her the big several hugs goodbye with his fucking goofy dollar store sweatpants on. What a fucking great morning.
Yeah.
It's not even noon. Drinking red beer. I got shit to do. I got a stack of bills I set in there when I get home. It's been days. Fuck them. I think I have no health insurance anymore. That's November 1st. I missed that.
It's our Friday. You can do that on Monday.
It is our Friday. It's Friday. Yeah.
Bar's open.
It is. You changed the light. You guys haven't even eaten yet.
I had some kale chips and a couple of those Fruit Loop gummies.
Oh yeah, Bingo's sister sent us a box. Thank you, Kelly, who doesn't listen to the podcast.
She was on the podcast where we broadcasted from bed.
Oh yeah, she's been on it.
Yeah.
Even our guests don't listen to the fucking podcast.
Well, I like to let people
Psychopaths do.
know that they can go back and grab some of the older ones and kind of catch up on some of the cast of characters.
Chad Shank was so happy to be here last night for football because he didn't have to do a podcast.
Chad Shank, he's changed.
Oh yeah,
he shows up 2 days in a row. That's
2 nights in a row,
unheard of.
Never happened before. I forget Joby's in town. Yeah, he's back.
Where
and
is
he's hiding out. He said he'd definitely be here today, which, oh, fuck.
Be perfect right now.
Yeah, be perfect right now, but he'd have to, he's 4 beers behind.
Yeah.
That's quick.
Yeah.
We can fix that quick.
Yeah, so, yeah, he's obviously under some strain. So, but he said, I swear to God, I'll be there this weekend.
Cool.
I mean it, but I had to lay low. Yeah, well, I don't know what kind of shit he's dealing with living out in fucking Oklahoma. And there's no good celebrity deaths recently.
Nothing.
Oh no, Fred
Not a
Thompson.
Fred Thompson.
Senator in
I don't know if-
Law and Order.
Yeah.
He
You just broke Tracy's heart. This is how you have to find out.
ran for
Fred
president.
Thompson's dead, and this is how you find out live during a
All
podcast.
these people.
Oh, if you can cry, if you can leave crying, we can close this whole podcast out. But yeah, the whole celebrity death pool thing has hit a lull. There's no big strikes.
No, I think you just think there's no big strikes.
My phone rings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when someone big dies. Like
Who's bigger than Fred Thompson?
Al Molina? Al from Happy Days? Did you know this,
Al?
Tracy? Yeah, Big Al died.
Oh, wow.
Jesus Christ, who's next? Is that the Japanese guy that took
Mr.
over?
Miyagi?
Yeah, is he dead?
Mr. Miyagi's dead?
How do
Really?
you know this? Don't spread scurrilous rumors
Pat
on my
Pat
podcast.
Morita.
Pat Morita.
Pat Morita.
I think he is dead. I was just noticing how incredibly racist that.
Yes.
Side of the room?
No. Yeah. I'll just. That's what I was laughing at last before we decided to podcast. That's a very racist sign. The Jim Ed's Blackberry Punch.
It's a collectible.
Yeah. And then I doubled down.
Now that one is...
It's an actual product that existed called Pickaninny Freeze. So I found that vintage sign.
Yeah.
And it's Shawnee's fault. Because I don't know how, whatever conversation we had about some racist thing. Oh, Shawnee, our colored friend, semi-colored, colored enough, was talking about how something used to be called nigger toes.
Oh, Brazil nuts.
Okay,
And they still are.
Well, that's
Called
what he
that.
was saying. And so I go look it up online, and then we're on eBay seeing if they have like a sign for that. And that's where I found Pickaninny Freeze sign. He pointed it out. I go, I'm buying it.
I think I saw a movie where that was like, you know, in the old days when the grocer had a stand out in front of like apples and oranges and like assorted nuts. I think there was a sign that was advertising the Brazil nuts, but in the local term.
The colloquialism.
Yes.
We just said, did I say colloquialism right twice? Well, I better have another drink. All right, thank you for listening, and here is Mishka Shubaly. Don't cut your hair.
The potato peelings in the sink did not turn into vodka as I had hoped. I only start to need a drink after the liquor stores have closed. You left a bunch of dirty Kleenex underneath the mattress like an unwanted batch of kittens. Everybody's got secrets and I'm forgotten, but I don't mistake it for forgiving. I heard you changed your name again. Don't you change your hair. It was the only thing I liked about you in the end. La la la. A woman on crutches buying a pregnancy test at Safeway. The woman at the laundromat can't meet my eyes. Girls at the bus stop, the stripper downstairs know some of the girls in some of the movies that I watch sometimes. A woman calling on the telephone, losing patience. Her voice sounds like whiskey and milk. No, I can't pay the bill, but please call back. I got to know that you're alright. I heard you changed your name again? Darling, don't you change your hair. It was the only thing I liked about you in the end. La la la, I heard you changed your name again. Darling, don't you change your hair. It was the only thing I liked about you in the end. La la